Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. So we did last time was the knowledge and karma looked upon from the standpoint of sattva, rajas, tamas. Okay? Knowledge and karma. I think that is pretty clear. Any questions or clarifications, or shall we go ahead? Okay, if there are no questions, we will go ahead. Now the same thing, sattva, rajas, tamas, with respect to the karta, the one who is doing the karma. Okay. Okay. One question just for clarification. Will sattvika jnanam make you a sattvika karta? Your sattvika jnanam, will it make you a sattvika karta?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
The karma will be sattvic, no? The
Okay,
karma will be
so
sattvic.
supposing with sattvika jnanam he does sattvika karma, will he become a sattvika karta?
Swamiji, if the doership is there, then he does.
With sattvika jnanam negates doership. So with sattvika jnanam you don't become a sattvika karta. Okay. Nor do you do any karma. You are free from the whole thing. Keep that in mind always, okay? Yeah. That's why it's a little bit of a trick question. Okay, yeah. All right. Then keeping in mind, then will Rajasika Jnanam make you a Sattvika karma? Karta, Sattvika karta?
Yes.
It can if you have the attitudes in it. So that attitudes he is now describing. Okay. Mukta Sangaha Anaham Vadi Dhritti Utsaha Samanvitaha Siddhi Asideyoho Nirvikaraha Karta Sattvika Uchyate. This is the Sattvika Karta. Who is that? First important point. Siddhi Asiddhiyoho Nirvikaraha. Unaffected by success and failure. This is indicative of Karma Yoga. Remember this. Unaffected by success and failure means I am willing to accept both as prasada. Both come from my Lord. Both are prasada. आज एक दिन लड्डू मिल गया, एक दिन विभूति मिल गया, और क्या इतने फर्क. Okay. Yeah, one day is laddu, maya, successful. Another day is vibhuti, everything is ashes. All that you have done, everything is gone down the drain. Vibhuti. That's why we don't use the term holy ashes, etc. You know, we call it vibhuti. It is the glory of the Lord. Why? Because it is the Lord, the laws of the Lord that have created it. Ishvaranugraha has created that result. Yeah. Therefore, perfectly, yeah, on the thing. It's the glory of the Lord. Yeah. Okay. Therefore, Siddhi, Karma Yoga Buddhi. Then, just so that you will keep these things in mind. Mukta Sangaha, not emotionally dependent on things, including the action. Some people are so committed to their work, which is a good sign, but without that work, they don't know what to do. I don't know whether you have been ever in contact with people who never take their vacation, they never take their leave. Why? Because they don't know what to do. So committed to work. It's only work, work and more work. You have people like that. Okay. That is not this thing. That's getting too emotionally dependent on work.
Sorry, some people say that they consider work to be worship. They don't.
That is Karma Yoga Buddhi. Work is worship. But how much are you going to do your worship throughout the day?
So work workaholics.
Workaholic,
No? We are
yeah.
workaholic.
Can't afford to be a workaholic. No karma yogi is a workaholic. He has a balance in life. Remember, you are working in harmony with your priorities. So your priorities are balanced out. So everything is your worship. Your relationship is also a form of worship. Parenting is worship. Taking care of the home is worship. Therefore, that worship part continues. But you don't become a workaholic. Okay? Like, there was a time when I used to catch the flying Rani quite regularly on Monday morning. Because I used to go for this rural development work on the Gujarat-Maharashtra border area. So coming back from Dhanu, I used to catch the train. It's convenient time. 8 o'clock there, 10 o'clock Bombay. So if I have some work in town, etc., I can finish that, come back home for lunch, and evening class, perfect. Timing wise, it was just nice. So then one day I got down at Bombay Central because I had to go into town, and I was walking up. I saw there having a small ceremony for the engine driver. I said, what happened here? He says, he is retiring today. So I said, so many years I have gone up and down by the flying Rani, let me also go and give him my best wishes. He'll feel nice about it. So I went and gave him my best wishes. Thank you for, bringing us safely every time without any accident, this, that, etc. Thank you. The guy was happy with me coming up and saying that, but he literally looked sad. He was very sad. Then his colleague, another engine driver who was supposed to retire after 3 months, walked up to him. And this guy's face lifted up. Aapka bhi time aa jayega. So can you see how much emotionally he was caught up in that work? He really doesn't know what to do after that. Some years back in the corporate, this was a very high thing. They would actually have programs called preparing for retirement. HR issues, HR workshops and programs saying preparation for retirement. And so actually have this because people don't know what to do. Kya karega main? What will I do with all this going on? Yeah. That is called, not having that is called Mukta Sangha. Okay. You are not caught up in that. You are not caught up in that. Yeah. Mukta Sangha. Anahamvadi. Okay. He is not an egotist. He has a healthy ego, all right. Healthy self-esteem, all that is there. Okay. But he recognizes the play of Ishvara and everything. Therefore, he doesn't go about saying, I am the greatest, or I am this, or I am that. Or, yeah. Thank God I could do all these things. Yeah, have you achieved all this? Yeah, with the grace of God I have. You are the greatest. By the grace of God I am. That recognition always comes into the picture. Therefore, anahamvadi. It is not that there is no ahankara at all. That is not possible. Okay, he is a karma yogi, remember that. But this much unknown. Okay. Anahamvadi. Dhriti utsaha samanvitaha. Dhriti, fortitude, the will that makes you hold on to it, Dhriti. Firm resolve. It is this resolve that is everything. Your power of your intention. How strong is your intention? Important. In any action. It is not like once you make a decision and you commit, you are committed. That's it. Yeah. You are not someone who will withdraw at the first sign of trouble. Yeah. You will not withdraw at the first sign of trouble. You will keep at it, stick to it. Dhriti. Uts. Does that mean you will never give up a course of action? You can. If situation on the ground changes so much that the initial decision is no more valid, then of course, or no more worth it, then to stick on would be stupidity. Okay. There is no dhriti, there is stupidity. Therefore here, dhritihi utsaham. Okay. Utsaham anvitaha. Utsaham, enthusiasm. You know, someone will say, क्या करूँ? पेट के वास्ते ये करना पड़ता है. What to do? I have to do this now. I have accepted this. Now is my responsibility to do it. बोझ बन गया. You know, the whole world becomes a bhoj on you. No. Utsaham, enthusiasm, yeah. Utsaha samanvita, one who has all this. Such a person is what? Satvikaha, satvika karta. Yeah. Does that mean there won't be moments of self-doubt or days when you don't feel like getting out of the bed? You're human, okay? There will be days when you will get self-doubt. And there will be days when you feel, no, I don't want to do it. There will be. That's okay. That's the day when you kick yourself on your butt, okay, and say, God, help me. Let me get and do what I have to do. Yeah. And once you start doing, all the thing comes back to you. The enthusiasm, etc., comes back. Okay. Utsaha samanvitaha. Okay. Then who is the Rajasika Karta? Ragi karma phala prepsu. Lubdha himsatmakaha ashuchi. Harsha shokanvitaha karta. Rajasam prakirtitaha. This person is a Rajasika Karta. Who is the guy? Ragi. Great longings. Great longings. No. Lord, give me this, without this I can't live. Not that if it works out prasada, doesn't work out prasada. No, I can't live without this. I have to get it. I want it, and I want it now, and I want it my way. Okay, Ragi. Karma phala prepsu. Okay. He is impelled only by the karma phala. See, the previous person has a drive because of his desire. This guy is driven by his desire. One who is driven is not a master, he is a slave. Okay. He is driven by his desire. He is not the master of the desire. He is driven by the desire. He is a slave of the desire. Karma phala pripsuhu. Lubdaha, greedy. Greedy. Yeah. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Yeah. Every new advertisement will catch his fancy. Ah, that will be great. Lubdaha. Okay. Himsatmakaha. He doesn't care whether he hurts people on his way up. To achieve his goals, it doesn't matter to him whether he's hurting people, doing damage. It doesn't matter. I care a damn. I want to get it, I'll get it. But Baba, he's your colleague, you're snatching it from your colleague. It doesn't matter. If he is also do the same thing. You know, himsatmakaha. Ashuchi. Not clean in his motives, not clean in his value structure, not clean in his desires, not beyond using people. Not beyond using people to achieve what he needs. Ashuchi. Harsha shokanvitaha. He is not utsahiyars, etc. He can be elated, harsha. Shokanvitaha. Sunk in grief. You want to see this? Classical expressions of this too. Harsha shokanvitaha. You should go to India Coffee House at Fountain. There's an India Coffee House. Okay, the only place in South Bombay where you get good filter coffee. Why I am saying that? It's very close to the stock market. So you should go there around 4 o'clock. Okay. 4:30 you should go there. Why? Because by that time all the stockbrokers have closed their deals, closed their offices and for a cup of coffee there. Because from about 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, 3:30, the market is busy. Then they come there. You will see grown men there. The friend is saying, "Chalo yaar, coffee pee lo." Still in tears. Why? He lost on the stock market. Shokan vitaha. And other character bragging, "Arey, I made a killing today." You. Classic. Just sit and watch. Sip a cup of coffee and watch. You will understand human behavior and the Rajasika Karta very well. And one occasionally you will find a Satvika Karta among. अरे यार तू तो बहुत पैसा बनाया आज. हाँ यार भगवान की कृपा था आज मेरे में. आज बना दिया. Very few. Now what am I doing there? What am I doing there? Studying people. Because a friend of mine has an office close by. And he does the accounts for my trust and things like that. Yeah. So I sometimes drop in to meet him, and from there I'll go to my class in town, which is at 6:30. So 5 o'clock, get in there, 4:30, if I get in there, have a cup of coffee and walk to the class. Perfect. And in that having a sip of coffee, watch, see what's happening. Perfect. There's no way you can't miss it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then who's a tamasika karta? Ayuktaha prakritaha stabdaha shataha naishkritiko alasaha vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Ayuktaha, one is not together, always disturbed. Ayuktaha. Prakritaha, lacks sophistication of thinking. Lacks sophistication of thinking. Okay, immature. कुछ भी बोलेगा, कुछ भी कर लेगा, है ना. प्राकृतः. स्तब्धः, stubborn. स्तब्धः, stubborn. Shataha, manipulative. Shataha, manipulative. Okay. Naishkritikaha, cruel. Okay. Nice. Can be cruel. मेरे को चाहिए ये, उसको मिलता है, नहीं मिलता मरने. Naishkritikaha. Then alasaha, lazy characters. Lazy. He will do it only when he has to do it, when there is no other choice. Okay, alasaha. Vishadi, always cribbing about things. And you find this, because there's nothing much to achieve in life, he's not doing anything to achieve. But he'll crib and complain about the whole world. From his neighbor and his family and his wife and to the government of India. All. Vishadi. Dirgha Sutri, procrastinator. One will keep procrastinating things. Why? Lazy character, no? He goes by this philosophy. जो अब करना है, कल करो, जो कल करना है परसों. इतना जल्दी भी क्या है, हमें जीना है बरसों. This is the reverse of the verse, okay?
Yeah.
The normal verse is other way. जो कल करना है आज करो, जो आज करना है अब. This is, I'm just making it ulta. That is these people, this thing. What is the hurry? अरे यार डेडलाइन है, टैक्स फाइल करने का है. अब गवर्नमेंट उसको एक्सटेंशन दे देगा. गैस साल भी दिया था. So that type of people. Okay. See, there is along with the previous characters, there is a certain amount of adharma also coming in. That cruelty to people, all those type of things, you know. Laziness, stubbornness. Yeah. A tamasic character can be very stubborn. What is the power of intention and will in a sattvika karta? becomes pig-headed stubbornness in a tamasika karta. So there's a narrow line between the two and one has to be aware of that. Okay. When is your intention and will strong and when you are becoming pig-headedly stubborn. Okay. Clear up to now?
Yeah.
Okay, simple. These are all simple things, okay. Then what? Then he is saying he is going into your mind level, etc. Okay. What is that? He is saying, Buddhi Bhedam Dhriteschaiva Gunastravidaya Shrunu Prochamana Aseshena Prataknena Dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, look at this. Buddhi Bhedam, your mind function. And Dhriti, your will. Gunastrividam Shrunu. That is also, we are going to divide it now into threefold. Okay. Prochamanam Asheshena. I will talk about it completely, Pratatvena, separately, each one separately also. I will talk about it. All right. Prakritim cha nivartim cha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandha moksham cha ya veti buddhisa partha satviki. This is buddhi, this mind is a satviki mind. What is that? Pravritim cha nivritim cha. Okay. He knows the lifestyle of karma very well, he has done it. He knows the lifestyle of renunciation as well. He is comfortable both ways. Okay. Then karyam akaryam. What is to be done and not to be done. Dharma, very clear about it. Grey areas, everything all very clear. Bhaya, bhay, he knows what is fear and he knows what is to be free from that fear, both. Okay. Should know the value of fear. Fear has a value which people miss out. In their anxiety to get rid of fear, fear very often has a value. What is the value of fear? Beg your pardon?
Making you respond appropriately to a situation.
Yeah.
For example, if a lion comes, we can run faster if I...
Exactly. Discretion is better part of the Vela.
Is it risk-taking also?
Yeah.
Risk-taking.
See, you will know when it is foolish to do something. You will not take risk, unnecessary risks. Your risk taking will be in keeping with your capacity to absorb losses. Whether it is physical, throwing yourself into a physical risk or a financial risk, whatever. Because fear is appreciation of loss. And that's important to keep that in mind in any decision. But not to be ruled by it. Not to be ruled by it. To live in courage, but appreciative of the possibilities. Yeah. You do these things, this thing can be lost. Correct? It can be lost. Yeah. Therefore, bhaya, bhaye, all that, keeping these things in mind. Okay. And abhayam taja. Okay. For a person with knowledge, it's complete fearlessness. For the other, it is courage, living in courage. Okay. Bandham yoksham chayaveti. Who knows what is bondage and what is freedom? Bondage was my past when I was a stupid idiot. Yeah. Moksha is Atma Sarupa, very natural. Yeah, very natural. Okay. Such a buddhi is sattviki. So sattvika jnanam can create a sattvika buddhi. Okay. Because in traditional way of looking at it, jnanam and buddhi is used very often interchangeable to each other. Buddhi is the power of your reasoning and the ability to gain knowledge, etc. But such a buddhi you will have only if you are a sattvic, if you have that knowledge. Therefore, very often it is used interchangeably. Okay. Clear? Or you need further elaboration? Clear. Yaya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha karyameva cha ayathavat prajanati buddhi sa partha rajasi. Dharmam adharmam cha. What is dharma? What is adharma? Ayathavat prajani. There is confusion with respect to this. Not very clear. Karyam akaryam evacha. What is to be done, what is not to be done. What is appropriate action in this present. Or you know what is to be done, but you are paralyzed by fear, etc. Karyam akaryam cha. Ayathavat prajanati. You are not very clear. You have a lot of mistaken notions. Sa buddhi partha rajasi. Similar to the sattvika buddhi, but in terms of dharma, karyam, akaryam, etc., there is little bit confusion. No lack of clarity. Bandha, moksha, etc., forget it. Rajasic mind is, you may think about it, okay, but not anywhere close. You are in bondage. There is lack of clarity with respect to everything. This lack of clarity is Rajasic. And what is it? What do you think makes it? Gives you the lack of clarity in these areas?
Doubting, Swamiji.
Doubting because of what?
Because you're not clear whether to.
Yeah,
take
but
the
why is that lack of clarity coming in? Not enough analysis of life. Life and life situations, not enough analysis. You may have gone through a lot of experiences, but not enough analysis about it. You have not learnt from life, not analyzed things. Your experience, somebody else's experience. These type of things are supposed to be put in your education. Even in a subject as simple as history, doesn't matter who has written the history book, okay, forget it. What is presented there? Much of Indian history is falsehood, but whatever is present there. Okay. All of you read the book Saffron Swords, okay? It gives you a better picture and a better analysis of our history. But look at how it is taught in the school. Maratha Empire, Rajput Empire, Mughal Empire, all description. You get fed up here. Kitna padhenga, kitna bayad karenga. Why did all these characters go and do all these things? Now I have to mug up and study about their thing. All dead and gone characters. No. Even if you are going to see, okay, whichever kingdom it was, what was the reasons for its downfall? What made a particular king successful? When you look at history like that, your eyes open up toward life. Are you getting the idea? So similarly in your life, the people around you, etc., in the situations you have gone through, your analysis of life. That is not enough, number one. Number two, your desires, if they are very, very strong, longings, if your desires are longing, they will cloud your thinking, all right. Because you cannot have a strong desire unless you have built up a lot of emotional arguments for it. Saffron Swords. Someone was asking the name of the book. Saffron Swords. Saffron as in color. Saffron and swords. SWORDS. Yeah. So, if your desires are very strong, that means from the emotional standpoint, you have put a lot of arguments for it. Then, in terms of other things, dharma, adharma, etc., clarity will be missing. What is to be done, not done? What is appropriate, not appropriate, will be missing. Yeah. Too much of emotional involvement. again will cloud your clarity. Emotions not managed. Emotions not managed will cloud your clarity. Lack of enough information, which is always the case. Okay, nobody has too much. In fact, today we are living in the world when you are overloaded with information. But to sift through all of them and take what is appropriate, what is useful. I have a training program on team building, where the people are supposed to sift through information and take only those information necessary to achieve the task. And I give some 33 cards out with all the different information scattered all over the place. And sometimes by the profession they have, I know which wrong tree they will be barking up in shifting of information. Give something technical, the engineers will jump to it. Yeah. Give something which is based on emotion or symbolism, etc., all the right brain thinkers will jump on it. Guaranteed, I'm telling you. It's almost predictive for me now. When I give that, sometimes I say, should I carry this exercise or just give a feedback to the company? These guys will be good in this, these guys will be bad. I say, no, you need to double check it. You can't assume. There will be arrogance on your part to assume that. No. So, your social conditionings come into the picture. Your educational conditionings come into the picture. In short, missing the big picture. In short, so your mind needs to do two things. One is to go to the core of an issue, whatever issue it is. What is the core issue involved here? And the big picture in which the score fits. If you look at situations like that, decision making is very easy. Because you understand situation. I mean, now you know what is to be done. Yeah. So that is where the whole thing comes in. So Rajasic thinking comes from there, yeah. Okay. Sapartha Rajasi. Yeah? Shoot.
One question.
Yeah.
So, like, there's all kinds of longing, for example, longing for freedom, longing for a guru, and all those longings also cloud our thinking? I think yes.
See, they are longings all right. They are longings all right. Longing for this knowledge has one advantage to it. If you long for this knowledge, other longings are eaten up in the process. But you cannot be so dependent on the guru that you will not make a single decision without consulting your guru.
Yeah.
That's unhealthy. See, if you are in a confusion, okay, go and discuss it with him. He'll be helpful to help you to put it in perspective. Yeah.
Right.
But that's where you get over dependent,
Sorry, could you please repeat? I missed it.
That is when you get over dependent on the guru. When every little decision you're not going to do without running it through your guru. Yeah. I have known people like that, None of my students, because my students don't get over dependent on me, I ensure that. But I have seen people. Yeah. Swamiji, I met someone nice. Should I go ahead with him or not? The guru has not met him. How does he know whether he should go ahead or not? Now, if he is going to do an astrological study or a tarot reading or something, I can understand. He can give you some insights. Oh, as far as your fate is concerned, this is it. That's healthy enough. That's healthy enough. But how is the guru supposed to be? No, but my guru पहुंचा हुआ महात्मा है ना. पहुंचा हुआ महात्मा है. Therefore, he will be able to tell me. No. No guru can tell you that. Swamiji, I'll come and bring him to next. And naturally he'll be on his best behavior, because, or he'll be uncomfortable because he is not into people like gurus and religion and all that stuff. Then again you can't evaluate that guy. Na? He's uncomfortable. You have been going around with the guy for 6 months, you can't decide. And in 5 minutes the guru is supposed to decide whether you should go ahead with them or not. Come on. Are you seeing? Over-dependency. Yeah, over-dependency. Yeah. Now, it's not that I don't talk to my young students who are in their 20s, etc. Give them some guidelines about how to go about relationships, etc. That's a different matter. That's education. That's educating. Yeah. That's making them ready for life. Yeah, but their over-dependence, those type of things in a guru is a problem.
Fine.
Like, why did people ask me, what did you expect from your guru? I said, knowledge. Atma Jnanam I wanted. Everything else I was willing to take care of. He helped me with a lot of things. That's a different thing. Okay? I'll always look back in gratitude for every little thing he has done. That's a different thing. But I said, what are your plans? My plans began and ended with knowledge. That's it. If that is your commitment to knowledge, then it will not be a problem. Yeah, sometimes for others it can look like an overcommitment. Why? You are willing to chuck up your career, you are willing to chuck up your job, you are willing to chuck up family and go and study. So others it may look like, but that only shows Tivra Mumukshutva. Mumukshutva is slightly different in that context. When it is so high, yeah, because you are at a stage in life where you don't have responsibilities. Then you can do it. Yeah. But I have small kids, then wait. If you have small kids, wait 15-20 years before you can take it full time. Study along with everything else, but otherwise wait. Yeah. I'm 40-year-old. I've been there, done that in life. I have no kids, no relationships, etc. I mean, I had, but it's all over and done with. Can I come and study? Yeah. Then you look so fine. Then it is not an enthusiastic going, yeah. If you really want the knowledge, if you are in that type of a situation, fine. Yeah. But if you are a small kid, then you want to walk out, sorry. That's a problem situation. Though there are 1 or 2 people who have done it that way, like Buddha, etc. But I personally don't hold that as a norm for people. It's unhealthy, it disturbs, creates too much of negative karmic effects. Yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Then what is tamasic? I thought this rajasic is bad enough. अभी तामसिक क्या है? हाँ, मजा आता है इधर तामसों में. अधर्मम धर्ममिति या मन्यते तमसावृतः सर्वार्थान् विपरीतांश्च बुद्धि सा पार्थ तामसी. Simple. Other guy is got a little bit confused with dharma, dharma. This character presents adharma as dharma. He is not a follower of our religion, therefore off with his head. That is dharma for my religion. Hey, kidhar se aaya ye? People have freedom of choice here. You can follow, not follow. Everyone doesn't hold my belief system is wrong. If you are not for me, you are against me. Ye kya hai? What is this? Yeah. Adharmam dharmamiti. All the wrong things are presented as dharma. Ulta kar diya. Yeah. You know, this is business. You have to lie and cheat to get ahead, you know. I mean, this is business. Keep business separate. You know, keep your personal life, religion, etc. separate from business. Business में ये सब होता है. किसका गला काटना पड़ता है. You find a lot of characters talking like this. Because they are not realizing how good ethics is good business. We did that in the 13th chapter. 13th chapter. Consistently that has been proved. For long-term growth, you need that. Yeah. You need that ethical setup. Yeah. But adharma is presented as dharma, is the right thing to do. Yeah. Whereas we were a culture where we try to bring dharma in an act of war also. Now the West is talking of Geneva Convention after World War II. We talked about it thousands of years ago. Don't kill unarmed combatants, don't kill somebody who had surrendered, help the wounded. All this was natural for us. Yeah, come on. This is natural. Of course you will do that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Therefore, adharmam dharmam iti ya manyate tamasavrata. Why? Because the thinking is completely clouded. Thinking is completely clouded. Sarvarthan viparintansha. Everything he understands ulta. Everything he understands ulta. What is the purpose of life? Growth, yaar. Come on. Kya growth? खाओ पियो मजा करो इतना ही दिया. Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about growth and etc.? There is a school of philosophy like that in India. It's called one of the darshanas, Charvaka darshana. Yavat jivet sukham jivet. As long as you live, live happily. Ranam krutva gritam pibet. Gritam pibet. Drink ghee. It is upalakshana for all the good things in life. Enjoy all the good things in life even if you have to get into debt. Why? Basmi bhutasya dehasya. Once this body is consigned to the flames, punaragamanam kutaha. Who is going to come back for the debtor to catch you? खाओ पियो मजा करो और क्या कुछ नहीं है. What about karma? ये सब all these Brahmins are talking about all this nonsense to keep you all under control. It's all religions are exploitative. Veda has been created by the Brahmanas. Why? They want to keep you under control. Forget it. There are variations of this Charvaka school even in politics. Okay, even in politics it is there. Tamasic buddhis. Completely tamasic. Can't see beyond their nose. Can't see beyond their nose. That's the problem. Yeah. Sometimes this can also be created by traumatic life experiences. Then you don't blame the guy, you sort of help him grow out of it, okay? Sometimes a traumatic life experience can create that. You got badly burned in a love affair. All men are dogs. It's a very, very common statement I hear, okay? All men are dogs. Or women are dash, dash, dash. Whatever you want to call them. That comes best because you went through a difficult experience. Yeah. Just because you went through a difficult experience doesn't mean that is your perspective. All people fit into your experience. No, there is overextension. You're taking one incident and extending it to be globally. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Tamasa buddhi. All this comes from tamasa. Yeah. All these are tamasic buddhis. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Then the question of dhriti. Okay. Shall we go into dhriti also? Or any other questions are there? Maybe I should ask you all some questions because मैं बात करते जा रहा है ना. Okay.
Swamiji, I have an observation.
Huh? Yeah.
I have an observation I want to share.
Yeah, Sugandh, tell me.
Swamiji, I see this in IIT quite a lot, and I'm quite sure it happens in most of the elite institutions.
Yeah.
So when the professors retire, they, like, I was just reflecting on what you were saying.
They have a?
I was reflecting on what you were saying.
Yeah.
I see that, so there are only two things that happens with a professor, actually three things that happens with the professors. One is they refuse to go away. Even after they retire, they keep coming back to the professors, keep coming back to their labs, because they feel this is my area, outside IIT, nobody knows me, nobody cares
Correct.
whether I'm there or not there. Here everybody knows me, and known by this, their validation.
Yeah.
Second is they go into depression.
Yeah.
And third is they go insane.
Going to?
Insane. I have seen people who have lost it totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who have completely lost it. I have seen, so people who hang around in IIT, I see them even, so they are unwilling to let go. They are unwilling to
Yep.
move on. Like I was just reflecting on what you were saying. That absolutely I've seen it
Yeah.
in front of my eyes. They're just not able to let go of their lab. They're not able to let go of their personal attachments with the department. They are just not able to even live away, far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big thing. In many educational institutions, this happens.
Yes.
Yeah. Even I've seen this happening even in, not forget the professors retiring. You have seen the eternal student syndrome. No? You got one doctorate, then you want to work for another doctorate. Why?
The doctor.
This allied field. But no. I don't want to go into the real world. I want to be in academia.
Right.
It's true. It comes from a mixture of fear and, as you said, not being able to let go.
Not being able to let go.
Yeah, that is very high. Very high. Yeah. Whereas my father was not a great philosophical man or anything like that. But the day he retired, he said, good, I am free from this now. Though he was good in his work, he enjoyed his work, he was respected in his work. In fact, they would say, oh, this shipment is difficult, complicated, difficult. Get Menon on the job, he will get it done. He had a reputation like that. Tough man, this thing, capable of getting things done, all that. But when he retired, he said, no more of that stuff. Yeah, enough. Okay, come. Yeah, that's an ability, you let go. Your whole identity came from that. He was not much into art or music or anything else for after that, to take it up as post-retirement something. He didn't have anything. That way he was unprepared for retirement. But he knew to let go. He knew to let go. Effortlessly.
So I think, Swamiji, people who are not able to even let go of their jobs,
Yeah.
how can they let go of the relations and the
I
bonding?
know. Yeah. See, because your whole identity came from that. That's the problem. Yeah. The whole identity is from that. So, to look at your, many facets of your identities and to get in touch with your other priorities in life. You can't make your work the sole priority. It never really is. There are very few people who have that type of priorities in life. Other priorities have not blossomed out, not been listened to enough. For example, their emotional component, the need for love, relationships, friends, etc. That has not been given a chance to blossom out. Because they're all focused on that academic activity or any other activity. Yeah. In fact, I tell those people who want to become sadhus also, have a few friends in your life, that much is necessary for the emotional part to open up. You are a sadhu, all right. The emotional part to be kept alive and nice. Of course, your relationship with the Lord is there, but also keep a few friends in your life. You may not want someone to love romantically, but at least this much you need. Yeah. That much you need. So, it's important. So, the emotional priority, intellectual priority is very high. Physical is low. Physical is low. Health, etc. is neglected. Health,
In spite
etc.
of being,
Huh?
one question is, in spite of being in a elite institution like IIT, that professors with all the knowledge that they have in their particular field, they don't expand in other fields as it is.
Other areas of life. Yep.
Yeah.
They get stunted in other areas sometimes. I knew a girl like this, she was coming to my class and I was helping her with this. In her professional work, brilliant. Brilliant in her professional work. Okay. Top grade. She was ready for the next step of being a CEO in any setup. And she was only in her 40s, okay, but she was CEO material. Brilliant. But the emotional side, the personal side stunted. Personal area, relationship, this, that, etc., very stunted. So this can happen to people. This can happen because we are compartmentalizing too much. In today's world, we are compartmentalizing too much. We are not looking at person as one integrated whole. We are not doing that. Even in Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, etc., when you are dividing it, you have to look at the composite personality and see whether there is a growth all around happening. Yeah.
Actually, I've also seen this, just to answer to what Manji was saying. So many of the people, they are not able to do well in the other areas because of this whole reason of letting go.
Yeah.
That is the only
Yeah.
because they feel they have achieved so much in their own area.
Yeah.
They just feel scared of venturing into any new
Other areas, exactly. Where they may have to start from a scratch.
They might have to start from
Yeah.
scratch. And there might be other stalwarts already there.
Already there in the field, exactly. Which is natural, no? Yeah.
Which is natural.
Yeah. Your field, you are an expert. But in someone else's field, you are not. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. That's correct. So, that's why when you are living a life of priorities, you need to develop these 4 major areas in your life. One is purely physical. Now, physical, some areas are very vital. Health. So, that will consist of your exercise, sleep, nutrition. All these 3 areas you have to consider because they are important. You can't. So, that's the thing, na? The habit of working in the lab all night. IITs encourage that. The lab is open 24 hours, coffee shop is open 24 hours, lab is open 24 hours. No, that is good because if any time you get an inspiration late night and you can still go and finish off something. If you are inspired about something, if something struck, now once in a way like that is fine. No, once in a way like that is fine. So, that area you have to take care of: sleep, exercise and nutrition. Not eat any junk. What is bliss? An uninterrupted network connection and mugs of coffee. Can't live like that. Can't live like that. No? See, I am capable of that. When I am working, I can go without food and drink right through. Not a problem. But it is not healthy to do that. It's okay only in an emergency. Otherwise, you have to have your nutrition, your rest, etc. Take a break and do that. Yeah. The capacity to develop is good, but to live like that is not healthy. Why capacity to develop? So that once in a way when you have to do it, you can do it. Yeah. Once in a way when you have to do it, you can do it. Not a problem. Yeah. Like people ask me, do you have jet lag? I said never. I don't suffer from jet lag. Now I have to take an uninterrupted flight from Bombay to New York and see, when I land up in New York, do you have jet lag? I don't think I'll have. I have my ways of dealing with it. Of going into complete shutdown when I'm traveling and re-energizing myself at the end of the journey. So the capacity is good, but to live like that is not healthy. All the time doing that is not healthy. So physical area. Your emotional area. There is no human being who say, I don't need friends. No human being. How much of the emotional area you can decide? You need someone special in your life? Yeah, I need that. Fine, nothing wrong. Do you need to extend to children, extended family, etc.? Yes, yes, yes. My emotional needs are high enough. Do it. This is your priority. Who is to decide? You have to decide. Minimum requirement, some friends. If you are going below that, you are in a problem. Like I asked this lady, she is a single mother, where do you get your emotional nurturance from? Oh, from my daughter. How old is the daughter? 10-year-old. I said, bloody hell, what is this? The daughter has to parent the parent. What is this happening? I said, get your emotional nurturance elsewhere. You are giving your kid the emotional nurturance. Yeah. That kid is not supposed to be playing mother to you. Yeah. So you have a few friends. And tell me, how much are you going to talk to the child? 10-year-old kid, you're going to bitch about your boss to the child? 10-year-old? Is that healthy? That's not even healthy. Am I frozen on the screen? Internet connection is a bit unstable. Okay, but we have only 2 minutes to go. So, this is emotional area like this. Okay, am I audible to everyone or no? Please unmute and can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Swami.
Okay. Then the question is, so emotional area. Similarly, your intellectual area. In work, that intellectual area gets developed very nicely. That part is not an issue. Intellectual area gets developed. Then your spiritual area. To students of Vedanta, that part is developed well. But other people in society, when you are working, etc., maximum spiritual area goes is only stress management. अरे उठना भी करेंगे बहुत हो गया. But that much also doesn't happen. But that minimum. Yeah, so that minimum you need, Yeah. That minimum area in terms of how to handle stress, etc., you need. If you don't even get that much, then your life is too imbalanced. So, as far as possible, to try to balance these 4 areas of your life would be part of Karma Yoga. Samatvam Yoga Muchyate, balance in life is called yoga. So, that will be part of the game there. Okay. So, we have done quite a good bit today. Good place to stop. The connection is also poor, but whatever. Okay. So, those who are not registered for the camp and you would like to come for the camp, please register. Okay, and be there. Then we can see what we will do for the camp, etc. But those who are not coming, keep in mind next Saturday no class. Okay. Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.